What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is JR with the JR Wisdom channel. Once again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And if this is your first time checking out one of my videos, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button along with the bell. That way you receive all the notifications for all of my future videos that have content like this. So with that being said, let's hop right into it. So today I'm going to be talking about email, or more so a coaching session I had with one of my clients. He hit me up. You know, he's having some issues. And I'm going to read the email to you here shortly. And his issue is that, I'm addicted to sluts. I'm addicted to those working girls. You know, I like living this lifestyle. But at the same time, I want something that's real. I want that real girlfriend experience, that real significant other experience. And there's a lot of bros with, as y'all like to call, passport bros, or, these guys that's, choosing to use their dick as they see fit, that you guys have problems with, the dick police and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go over his email and I'm gonna let you guys know the advice that I gave him. Obviously, I'm gonna leave out some things on it, so we could just jump right into it. We did, like I said, we did a telephonic session and gave him a few, from my standpoint, what I think about it. But anyway, he says, JR, I wanted to talk to you about something you talked about in one of your YouTube videos. You talked about in the video about not dating strippers and sex workers. First, I do come from a Christian background, but I'm not in ministry, God-fearing man, Christian man, or even in church anymore. I guess that's the source of my conflict. Could be, but a lot of bros, I think Kevin talked about this and a few other people, a lot of bros are straying away from church these days because it's not what it used to be. I guess that's the source of my conflict. Since my son's mom died and I don't want to say the exact year, it's been a few years. They were married. He was married to his son's mom. But I have not been able to really connect with a woman. Most of the women I enjoy are mostly strippers, escorts, and sex workers. In that video, you talking about the feeling you get from those women. I'm hooked. I can't date regular chicks anymore. Recently, I made a few trips to Colombia, and I think it's worse. Man, how do I get out of the dark side of the force? In the words of the great O'Shea Duke Jackson, I'm glad you asked that question. So, this brother's been without his wife for quite some time. He's raising his son on his own. He's a businessman. His business basically is, he is on the go, on the fly. He's been doing it for quite some time. This gentleman is in his late 40s, just to give you guys a background. And with this being said, after the death of his wife, he started dabbling in those arenas, if you will. And this feeling that he gets, which I described, and I'll link the video. If not here, you guys stick around to the end to check the video out where I talk about this feeling. I think it was in reference to the video where I talk about dudes wifing hoes or turning hoes in the house or leaving their wife for a hoe, something like that. So there's a certain feeling. These are professionals, right? They provide this feeling. That's their job. Strippers, sex workers, so on and so forth. They're providing that service to make you feel a certain type of way, right? And this is why they're still in business. As much as you guys like to argue, this is why these women are still in business, because they have this ability. It's the art of hoeing, and even some hoes don't even have that art. That's why they're not good hookers. Just like I think Gates says it in a song. She not a good looker, but she's a good hooker. And I'm about to turn me some trash into cash. Right. So not every hooker is a good hooker. So it's something about a woman you have to be able to make, and it doesn't even take a hooker to do this. It just takes a woman that knows how to deal with the man and knows how to make a man feel special. It's that femininity she has that makes a man, that disarms a man, if you will. Mike Epps says it in, I think, one of his comedy specials. He's like, man, I hate dealing with these young girls because they just want to take your money. Every time you see them, they want to take your money. They want to take your money. He's like, damn, bitch, at least make me feel like somebody. You know what I'm saying? So it's something, certain women possess these qualities that men just can't. That's why they trick off. That's why they keep spending money. That's why they'll pay their mortgage, their car note, pay their kid, buy their kids new shoes, because they have this ability to do this. Some dudes are just miserable in marriage or relationships, and they just pay it because, and they get some subpar sex. But anyway, back to the subject. So brother was saying that he's addicted to this lifestyle. I asked him, what's the end game? What does he want to, while he's talking, I was like, yo, what's the problem? If you like the lifestyle, I mean, I don't see what's the issue. You're not going broke. You still fulfilling you still have a plan of action to meet your end goal, which is to basically step completely away from your business and let other people run it. And he's conflicted because he's like, okay, I do deal with this woman and I deal with this woman, but I still like to partake in, sampling these goods and getting that feeling. So he's stuck between getting that feeling, which he know isn't real at the end of the day, but it's still in the moment, right? Those carnal desires are being satisfied, right? But at the end of the day, as a man in his late 40s, him in particular, he's still craving this intimacy, this real intimacy, this companionship, I guess. So what I said to him is, still, until you do this thing that you like, and some people will disagree with this, but do this thing you like until you get tired of it. People get tired of stuff at a certain point, or maybe they don't, until they burn out. Or until you're broke. Do this until you get tired of it, because there's no need for you to get in a relationship and still do this. That's why guys who get married prematurely or get married and they really shouldn't even be married, because they'll end up cheating. They'll end up in a divorce or breaking someone else's heart because they just didn't get all this stuff out of their system. They hadn't experienced it. And you hear me say a lot, and I've tell guys this even though other people talk about it, you shouldn't get married that young. 25, I had a young lady comment on my video the other day saying she's 33, her husband's 25. I'm like, he got married way too early, and you're probably at the point where you want to be married, but he's not. But this happens. You have to get all of this out before and experience it. That way, hey, I've already been there, done that. I know what I want for sure. I'm ready to settle. I'm ready to spend my life with this woman that I've come across. This is what I want. I know with certainty this is what I want. So I don't have to go through this BS over and over, and me going through the upset or the hurt of these conflicting feelings. You have to go through it, man. Go hard or go home, as they say. It's just how it is, man. So I hope you guys have learned something from this as well. This addiction is completely different, even though some people may have a different opinion than mine. That's perfectly fine. So with that being said, make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a one-on-one with yours truly, hit me up on Calendly and Linktree. The link is in the description, as well as all my merch and books. Pick those up. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I am JR Wisdom. Peace be upon you all, and the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.
It's God's beat, maybe.
And I don't know. I haven't put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth them.